Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the High Tempo Sports Podcast, episode 175. We did avoid a catastrophe here as we got about a minute in, probably 2 minutes in, and had to restart. But it's better than realizing at the end.
Yeah, I didn't hit record. Classic Easton didn't hit record.
I wasn't gonna say what the issue was. You didn't need to tell on yourself.
I'm just glad I looked down early enough in the podcast. I'm like, something ain't looking right with that thing. Something's wrong, and it clicked. Yep, didn't hit record.
So we're back today for a weekly episode. Quickly, if you did not see our last episode, we did Super Bowl trivia. We posted that on like Monday or Tuesday. Me versus Willie. Easton hosted. It's so weird talking about this because we literally just I'm trying to make it as organic as possible, but it's like
you just can't.
We just had this conversation and now we have to redo it. Easton hosted though. It was a really fun trivia game.
Yep, super fun.
Go watch it right now and then I'll tell you who won. All right, yeah. Willie beat me. It was really fun though. Really good questions. Yeah. I don't want to say the exact same thing.
Me either. I can't make the same jokes again.
All right, let's just move on from that. But yeah, go check that out. And then go check out our last podcast as well. We did winners and losers of the trade deadline. There hasn't been many games since the trade deadline, so that video is still completely relevant. Quickly, we are recording this on Thursday night. On Monday night this past week, there was a tragedy at Michigan State University where 3 Michigan State students were killed, and I believe 5 others were injured. Very tragic day for all of America, but specifically for us in Michigan. Obviously, as you guys probably know, we live in Michigan. We have a lot of people and friends that we know that go to Michigan State University. Obviously, I'm a Michigan State fan. And this is just a tragic event that happened, and that doesn't need to happen.
Yeah, it's just terrible, and it sucks that all we can do is sit here and give our thoughts and prayers because it's all that seems to get done anymore is we just get to say thoughts and prayers, and eventually, sadly, we're going to move on, and it's probably going to happen again, and then thoughts and prayers again. It's this vicious cycle that we've been stuck in as a group of people in America, and we don't know how to get out of it right now. There's no clear answer as to how to get out of this, but thoughts and prayers to everybody involved. I can only imagine the absolute horror that these students have went through.
As college students, just imagining going through that, I cannot imagine going through that. I mean, it's very sad. Tom Izzo gave a very nice long commencement speech last night. It was about 7 minutes long. He's really represents Michigan State University, not just the basketball program. And I thought that was great. Everyone that has the response from the community from Michigan State has been phenomenal. The police, I think, did a great job. There was so much police activity there when it was going on. But it's just so sad, and it sucks that we have to talk about it.
Yeah, it's terrible, and I can't wait for the day when we get to stop talking about it because it doesn't happen anymore. But as long as it's happening, we got to talk about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we got to bring awareness to it.
So just wanted to get that out of the way. Let's talk about the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl did happen a few days ago, so we don't got to spend too much time on this. We all know what happened in the Super Bowl. The Chiefs beat the Eagles. Really good game. This was a really fun football game. The ending obviously didn't end as many people liked it to. It was a bit controversial, but all in all, it was a good Super Bowl.
Yep, big call at the end of the game. They were slipping all over. Good halftime performance. Awesome game. Came right down to the wire.
Just totally recapped our conversation. That's where we left off at. We got through the halftime show, the slippery field, and the holding call. So if you were looking for us to talk about those 3 things, I don't think we're gonna.
No,
Rihanna. We will talk about Rihanna.
Yeah, shout out Riri.
Though. She did a really good job. The field was really slippery. That's why there was no sacks. It was just really weird.
Yeah. But the fact that Rihanna did that performance, pregnant. Okay, Riri, we see you.
Wild.
They don't call him ASAP for nothing. He got right to work.
Where did you see that?
He tweeted it.
Let's say you did not just think of that on the spot.
He tweeted it.
Oh, that was funny. All right, so is there anything there was betting on the Super Bowl was so fun. Like my first year being able to do that because there's so many funny bets you can make, like just random bets. I actually profited from the Super Bowl too, which is kind of wild. Which I did bet on the Chiefs a good amount. Like I didn't place a single bet on the Eagles, so I'm happy that worked out.
Shout out Jalen Hurts. He was a baller.
Really good game, yeah.
Really good game. And
he about to get paid this offseason.
Gonna get the Duffy, and Lamar Jackson still can't get a bag. He still can't get that bag.
I saw something that Dean Blandino, who is the rules guy for one of the networks, he was talking about how the NFL is going to look into potentially banning the Eagles push forward play or whatever like that, like not allowing that. Because apparently Sean Payton said to Dean Blandino in a broadcast this year that he's going to do it or he's going to abuse it next year because the NFL wants to portray their skillful players, and that takes no skill or whatever. So,
and I get that. I mean, it is an OP play.
Yeah,
right? It's 100% conversion rate. It's overpowered, especially when every team's just gonna sign some 6'5" dude to get the ball and jump forward and get pushed forward.
Yeah.
To be the QB on those plays. So I totally agree. I don't know what it looks like though. What kind of rule do you put in that doesn't mess up a lot of other football plays where you can say that play isn't allowed? What is going to make that play illegal?
I don't really know. Because the QB sneak, you can't just ban the QB sneak, but what are you going to... It's subjective. Yeah, how are you going to determine what is legal and what is not? But, I mean, you think about you play 2K, when some OP stuff gets in the game, they got to get rid of it. They got to get rid of it. You got to fix it, so... Maybe they'll fix it. I hate to compare this to a video game, but
it takes a little bit of the fun out of a 3rd and 1, 4th and 1 play. Because again, when it has 100% conversion rate, it's overpowered.
Literally. So we're gonna talk mainly about NBA today. That's about the only football thing we're gonna talk about. Let's hop into the list right away, right off the rip. The trade deadline was crazy. Obviously, like I said, go watch that last podcast if you didn't. We are going to be doing an NBA power ranking today, top 10 NBA power ranking. Currently, this is tough because it's not strictly based off record. It's based off what the teams are at hand right now. So, I'm
flipping through right now. I'm trying to catch up. Okay, boom, I'm here.
Do you have any teams that just missed the list?
The Miami Heat just missed. No moves made in the trade deadline. The Brooklyn Nets, they're a team that if you check the power rankings right now, they're in a lot of them and higher than they just need to be.
And they are 10 games-ish above 5. Mikal Bridges, 45 points last night, by the way.
It is cool that him and Cam Johnson get to stay together. I really do like that. That probably makes the transition a lot easier.
Yeah, for sure.
And then the New York Knicks, I don't really like them, but they're pretty good this year.
Great explanation.
They're pretty good this year.
I did not include the Heat because I just don't think they're even in the honorable mention tier. The Brooklyn Nets are an honorable mention for me, and the LA Clippers are an honorable mention for me.
Nice.
All right, let's get into it. Number 10.
My number 10 is the Dallas Mavericks. This team has the most unguardable backcourt we've seen in a long time, since probably the James Harden Kyrie backcourt, which I guess was just last year. But, I mean, Kyrie, Luka, what a great duo. The issue with this team is just that, the team. The rest of the team is pretty terrible. You turn them on, and it doesn't feel like they've got a lot of help out there. They're asking young guys like Josh Green to really step up now, and that's tough for a young guy to do. That's a lot of pressure to put on a guy in a huge city, in a huge market, playing next to one of the best players in basketball. We'll see how they do. They are 31-28 right now, so barely over 500, but I'm excited to see what they do post All-Star break.
Yeah, I got the Mavericks at number 10 as well. They're on a 3-game losing streak right now. Basically all the things that you said. They have a great duo, but the rest of their team is pretty bad, straight up. I think we really are going to see how impactful Dorian Finney-Smith was now that he is gone. I think it's going to show how important he was to this team. Maxi Kleber should be returning after the All-Star break for the Mavericks, so that's going to help them out a lot. But yeah, I don't really know. Harley just barked up there. I don't really know what's going to happen with the Mavericks as far as long term goes, because obviously Kyrie Irving could just straight up leave this offseason. But yeah, Mavericks are number 10.
Yeah, they're definitely, if we were doing a fun teams to watch, they're up there. They would be number 4.
For sure.
Right, and the Lakers would probably make that list too, just because what memes come from them. My number 9 is a team you had missing. That is the LA Clippers. I like some moves they made. I think they have a very good duo again in Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. They've shown they can even win without them. I'm not a huge fan of the Reggie Jackson. Moving on from Reggie Jackson. I thought he really fit there, but they didn't like him, so they moved on. But Clippers, number 9, 32-28, 4 games above.
My number 9 is the New York Knicks. They are currently on a 3-game winning streak. Jalen Brunson had 40 points the other night, had a really big game. The Knicks they're a weird team. They might be the streakiest team in the NBA. They are the kings of going on a 4-game win streak, and then they'll lose 6 straight. Then they'll win 5, and then they'll lose 3. They just go on hella streaks. Right now, they're on a win streak. I do think they are still a good team. I mean, they are good offensively and defensively. They're one of the deeper teams in the NBA, just as far as like they have a lot of good players on their team. Like a lot of guys don't even play for the Knicks that definitely could be playing on the Mavericks, let's say. So the Knicks are number 9. I think this team like could be a sneaky like first round upset type team in the playoffs, but I don't know. We'll see it when we get there.
Yeah, it really just depends with them what 7-game stretch you get with them. Like you said, they're extremely streaky, and even their players. I mean, you look at R.J. Barrett, that's a streaky ass scorer, and Julius Randle.
He had 0 points the other night.
That's wild. Like that guy should be averaging. I mean,
actually, I don't know if he had
20.
0, but if he didn't have 0, he had like 2.
Yeah.
He had -1 for Mitch though in fantasy.
He
Which is
probably
just
still
unreal.
outscored me. In
Probably,
fantasy.
yeah.
My fantasy team was bad this week. My number 8 is the team. I think they're like the fan league favorite this year. The Sacramento Kings light the beam. 32-25 this year. They play some awesome basketball. Sabonis is an absolute baller. He's a monster down there. I watched a Sengun breakdown the other day on YouTube, and they just pointed out how Sabonis dominated him, and that's like Sengun's big issue. Anyways, Sabonis is just a monster down low, and he's really the engine that drives this team. And then they've got Kayvon Herter, who is just now you see
Red
it.
Velvet.
You see it in him on the Kings, and you literally think to yourself, what were the Hawks doing losing this guy? He is that good for the Kings.
They didn't want to pay him.
Yeah.
To get DeJounte.
And I get that. And when the trade happened, or when that happened, when Kayvon went to the Kings, I didn't think anything of it. I didn't think, oh, the Hawks are really
That is
missing
true.
out.
Yeah, I guess I really didn't think that much of it.
I was like, they're not missing out on much. But now it's like, oh, Kayvon Herter would have been nice on that team. But he's really nice off the ball. He's got some incredible stats for coming off dribble handoffs and shooting it. He's been a monster. The Kings are fun.
So who is your number 8?
The Kings.
You want to like say it?
Oh, my number 8 is the Sacramento Kings.
Thank you. My number 8 is also the Sacramento Kings. Everything that you've said, they have been kind of like not sliding, but they've been not as consistent lately. They're 5-5 over their last 10. I like the Kings, but I don't like them going forward. I think that there's a lot of teams under them in the West that are going to pass them. But this Kings team will most likely 99% make their first playoff appearance since like 2002 or something.
I think it was 2001.
It's been a long time since the Kings have made the playoffs. They have the longest playoff drought in the NBA. So yeah, Kings are number 8.
The last time they made the playoffs, did they go to the Western Conference Finals?
They did go to the conference finals, but I don't know if that was the last time or not.
That was against Kobe and Shaq, right? Yeah.
That was 0-1. I'm not sure if they
Made it the year after.
I think they did. I'm pretty sure they did.
Shout out the Kings, though. My number 7 is like low key becoming my number 7 is the Memphis Grizzlies.
I just love you can't reveal it. Like
No.
you gotta like tease it.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know why I do it.
I don't know
It's like
either.
I'm doing a trailer, a sports hot take.
Like,
trailer.
am I supposed to guess who you're talking about right now? You can say it again because I think I interrupted you.
My number 7 is the Memphis Grizzlies. This team, watching them, like recently we watched them last night. They really are becoming not my favorite team in the world.
It's hard.
I don't really like the way they're just like a bunch of assholes out there. Like they're just dicks to everybody. However, like they've got some really good talent, some guys that I do like because of how hard they play. Brandon Clark plays extremely hard. He's fun to watch. And I was hyping up Dylan Brooks the other day, and then you watch him a couple games in a row, and he's so hard to watch.
I'm really not a fan of Dylan. Like even before, because he's been kind of like popping off strictly this year, like media wise. I've never been a Dylan. He's just like a not fun. Like he's like I feel like he's a burden offensively, low key. Like especially for that team.
Oh, for that team, absolutely. He's a chucker for that team.
And it's like it's not like he's just like a catch and shoot chucker. He's like I'll catch it, make a move, and take a terrible shot, and I'll do it 10 times in the game.
You watch the game, like the clips of him every shot he takes when Ja is out and Desmond Bane might be out. They're hilarious. He is just launching the most ridiculous shots you've ever seen.
He do be making some of them, though. Like,
absolutely.
I'll give him that.
But the same thing, and we said the same thing about Jordan Clarkson a while ago. Jordan Clarkson's now a baller, but
Clarkson's a lot better than
way better,
offensively than
way
Dylan
better,
Brooks,
way
though.
smoother.
Yeah.
But Dylan Brooks, dirty player. Anyways, let's talk about the good things about the Grizzlies. Their defense is incredible with Brandon Clark and Jaren Jackson. John Morant's still a freak. He's so tough to stop when he's going to the hole. They're currently 34-22, and expect that record to get better as the year goes on. I think they're going to continue to improve their win totals.
Yeah, my number 7 is the Memphis Grizzlies as well. They've also been in a little bit of a slump lately. They've kind of fallen a little bit. They were definitely a lot higher on this power ranking before the trade deadline. But everything you've said, there's guys on this team like I hate being a part of the trend because like the trend is like to dislike the Grizzlies. But I mean I don't dislike them or anything.
They're kind of annoying.
I'm not like fans of them.
They're
by any
pests.
means. Yeah. But I love Jaren Jackson. I love Xavier Tillman. What was the trade that they did? They did one trade. I'm trying to remember.
Luke Kennard.
Yep, Luke Kennard.
They got Kennard.
And he was in the game last night, so that's good to see Luke Kennard out there because I like him as well. They are number 7.
My number 6 is the Philadelphia 76ers, who are currently sitting at 37-19.
So, like, quickly, I think your records are just like from yesterday.
Like one
or
game
something.
off?
Yeah, because every
What do you
single
got
one
on
has
that?
been one different.
What do you got on that?
38-19. And, like, Memphis was 35-22.
That's definitely right, then. They're definitely a day-old records.
Anyways.
My number 6, Philadelphia 76ers. This team is awesome. I think they're a sleeper finals contender.
For sure.
I just think some teams are better than them, for sure. And I think their depth is kind of lacking. Sometimes they don't fit great together. Sometimes you watch Joel, and he's kind of a ball stopper at times. And I just don't really know what the end of games looks like for them yet. And that's probably me lacking watching Sixers games.
Yeah, I'll talk about the Sixers a little bit more when I get to them. My number 6 is the Phoenix Suns right now. The Suns are tough to put on here because, obviously they got Kevin Durant, but Kevin Durant hasn't suited up for the Suns yet. They were, for a while, like not even in the playoffs, like a 500 team. They've been better as of late. They're now 5 games above 500. But it's hard for me to judge where to put them on this list, so I thought I didn't feel comfortable putting them above any of the top 5 teams. So Phoenix is number 6. I'm just so excited to watch this team when KD comes. He did his press conference today. It was really cool. Chris Paul said that he isn't going to take for granted having KD. Like he said, it's still crazy that they traded for him. That big 3 is going to be awesome. They still have Ayton, obviously. They got Terrence Ross from the buyout market, who is still a good player. So this Suns team is going to be so much fun to watch. And it's not even just like a this year thing. Like this team they are flexible going forward. I mean, you have Chris Paul's contract that you could move after this year if you decide that he's getting too old or whatever. You go find the net replacement for Chris Paul, but KD's locked up, Book is locked up, Ayton's locked up. You could trade Ayton if you want to. Like maybe he still doesn't like being there. Who knows? So Phoenix is looking great going forward.
Yeah, they've got a serious recipe for success. My number 5 is the Phoenix Suns, 32-27.
Yep.
Who knows?
They are.
Nice. They must not play it
They
yesterday.
must not have.
Like you said, what an awesome move for them. I've got them at 5 just because of the KD move. I think it makes them that good. And I think if we did this 4 weeks from now after the All-Star break, they'd probably be even higher. This really allows Chris Paul to do what he's best at, and his age won't have to show as much because he won't need to score the ball as much. I mean, he can literally just be the point guard out there. And not saying that last year, I mean, he had some awesome playoff performances last year, but who would you rather have taken huge game shots in a big game, KD or Chris Paul? I think the answer is pretty obvious. This team is just so legit now. And like you said, the future is bright in Phoenix. Works too. The future's bright. They're the Suns.
That's a good one. They are the Suns. That is bright. My number 5 is the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavs have been hot lately. They're 38-23. Donovan Mitchell has been in and out of the lineup along with Darius Garland, and they're still winning games. Kevin Love getting bought out though. Tough move.
Looks like the Heat.
Is that what they're saying? For some reason, I just immediately thought the Lakers, obviously, just because of LeBron or whatever.
That'd be pretty fire.
I don't think. I mean, do they really need Kevin Love?
And would he want to go back to playing with him? I don't know.
I don't know either. But it does suck because Kevin Love embraced this bench guy role. He was probably the runner up for 6th man of the year last year. And then this year he has fallen out of the rotation. They just have better guys in their rotation. In Cleveland, so it's unfortunate to see Kevin Love, but it's going to be fun to see where he goes because him and Russell Westbrook are still 2 major buyout market guys.
Has he gotten bought? Has Ross got bought out yet?
He hasn't yet, no. But it's weird though because they asked him what if you stay in Utah, and he's like, I'd stay in Utah. He said he would, but
it'd be kind of fun.
They also asked him what teams have been talking about him, and it's the Clippers apparently are the closest team because PG wants him there. the Heat, and the Wizards, I think, were the three main teams.
PG wants the team back up with Russ. Didn't work out the first time.
No, short sample size, though. But and he didn't have Kawhi Leonard.
It did work out for PG, though. I mean, PG was nasty that year.
It is true.
I love the idea of Russ staying in Utah. I think it'd be kind of fun.
Awesome for fantasy. I need it for fantasy.
I think
Did you end up losing in fantasy, by the way?
Oh, yeah. I only scored 100
games tonight.
I only scored 182 points. Ryan's got 222 already.
That's tough.
Like, he's got a guy to play.
Probably has Embiid tonight or something.
I don't want to talk about it.
But yeah, Cleveland is number 5, though. It's tough because I really think there's like this three-headed monster in the East with Milwaukee, Boston, and Philly. Cleveland is like kind of becoming a part of that. It might have to be the Mount Rushmore of the East.
I think it's Mount Rushmore.
Cleveland is right there. It's just obviously they don't have necessarily. I don't want to say they don't have the experience though, because Donovan Mitchell is there and he's made the playoffs every year of his career. So I don't know. This Cleveland team is fun. I really like watching them. And they're number 5.
Yeah, my number 4 is the Cleveland Cavaliers. Like you said, they are fun. I enjoy watching this team. I think they're one of the most versatile teams in basketball, thanks to Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. And then they've got some other, Cedi Osman, Isaac Okoro's been shooting the ball well recently. They've got an awesome team. I love the backcourt duo. DG, the PG is nasty. This team is just awesome. I think they could be a playoff nightmare because there's not a team they can't match up with. They will figure out how to have a good matchup in every single round of the playoffs. I mean, it's just the versatility of their bigs. I love this Cavs team a lot.
Yeah, I do too. My number 4 is the Philadelphia 76ers. I just think the star talent of Joel Embiid and James Harden really puts this team over the edge. The last 2 seasons, I've went all in on Philly at the end and thought they could be the team that goes on this run. And I'm falling for it again. I mean, this Philly team is nice. Tyrese Maxey is now 6-man Tyrese Maxey, which kind of works out because, DeAnthony Melton has earned his starting spot this year. He's having a career year with the Sixers, and he plays really good defense. And I think it just adds another element to their bench with Tyrese Maxey coming off the bench. Jalen McDaniels was a nice acquire at the trade deadline. So Philly, I think, is dangerous going forward. But we'll see. Obviously, they tend to have collapse moments in the what happened to Philly last year in the playoffs? That's what I'm trying to think. Lost to Miami, I believe, in the second round. Because the year before that was Atlanta.
Did Miami make it all the way to the conference finals last year?
Yeah, I think it was Miami-Boston conference finals because it went to 7.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was Miami-Philly second round. And Philly lost to Atlanta in the second round the year before in a series they shouldn't have lost. So, Philly needs to make the conference finals, dude. Have they made the conference finals? They lost to Toronto way back
when. They didn't lose to Atlanta 2 years ago. They beat Atlanta. Didn't
Philly?
they?
No, they didn't. Atlanta beat them.
So Atlanta was in the conference finals that year?
Against Milwaukee. Remember? That was the Ben Simmons thing, against Atlanta.
Yeah, because it was Nets, Bucks on the other side, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That was the KD shot.
Yep.
Okay.
That was a crazy playoff.
Yeah, what an awesome playoffs. Now, a lot of career things going on there. Mm-hmm. Career altering decisions. We good to move on to number 3?
Yep.
Number 3, I have the Denver Nuggets, 40-18, I hope.
41-18.
Yep, I assume. This team is just an absolute monster. So many weapons. Jokic is the engine that drives them. Porter Jr. is having a good year. Jamal Murray's back. I still don't really understand the Bones Highland move that they made at the trade deadline. Apparently, there was low-key locker room issues.
That's what I heard too, yeah.
Which, I don't know anything about it, but Bones isn't in the media that much for me to know what kind of person he is. However, Denver is legit. This team can play. And who'd they get as their backup center?
Thomas Bryant.
Yeah.
Which apparently Thomas Bryant requested a trade out of LA because he wanted a bigger role to go be the backup for Jokic. I mean, he still is the backup, but interesting. How much bigger of a role is it, Yeah,
and you're in a smaller market.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Maybe he wants to be. I don't know. Playing with the Lakers is probably tough.
Yeah, it is.
My number 3 is also the Denver Nuggets. One of the actually funny things that I saw today is Jokic obviously is the advanced stats king. He's in every single advanced stat. And the stat offensive rating, which isn't, a phenomenal stat to use because it doesn't take into consideration any impact of a player or just star player points or anything. It just is offensive rating. 5 out of the top 6 are the Denver Nuggets starting lineup. strictly because of and Nikola Jokic obviously as the leader. Dame Lillard is the other player that is not in there. But yeah, the Denver Nuggets, their starting five has been one of the best units all year. KCP has been like the perfect 3-and-D wing to add to this team. Porter Jr. is offensively a beast. Aaron Gordon's having a good year. This team is really good. And obviously, like Bruce Brown at the bench, I love his role on this team. I'm a big Bruce Brown fan. So Nuggets I still do think they are the favorite out of the West currently, strictly only because I have not watched Kevin Durant in a Phoenix Sun jersey yet. The first game I see it happen, I might change my mind.
It might happen quickly.
Exactly. But right now, it is the Denver Nuggets still.
My number 2 is the Milwaukee Bucks. They are just so good. I mean, Drew Holiday is having a hell of a year. Their defensive backcourt, everything about this team just works. Brook Lopez, I'm just naming guys. I haven't said one thing about anybody because
guys on their team.
You've seen the Bucks.
Pat Connaughton.
They play. They've got a coach. I mean, they do it all right. No, this Bucks team is just so good. It's Giannis led.
My number 2 is the Boston Celtics. Celtics are currently at the best record in the NBA at 42-17. They actually beat our Detroit Pistons last night. But yeah, Boston, they've been one of the best teams in the NBA all year. Joe Mazzulla actually got promoted to full-time head coach now, which is really cool. But yeah, they're 7-3 in their last 10. Been doing really good. They're number 2.
Yeah, my number 1 is the Boston Celtics. Shout out the Celtics. Shout out Sam Hauser. That dude's been a baller.
That shot he hit the other night was crazy.
He was torching the Pistons, too. Yeah. He was giving us the work. You can't leave that guy open.
Joey Hauser, he got a future in the NBA now. That's all I'm saying.
He's got that big brother taking care of him right now. Is he a big brother? Mm-hmm. He's a little bit older. I didn't know. But yeah, the Celtics have just been awesome. This team, I mean, even with Jaylen Brown hurt, they're still playing well. And Jaylen Brown will be back after the All-Star break.
My number 1 is the Milwaukee Bucks. I have them at 1 strictly because they are the hottest team in the NBA right now. They're on an 11-game win streak, 40-17. They've been doing this, obviously. Chris Middleton has been in and out of the lineup with injury management. He was injured for most of the beginning part of the season. But like you said, Drew Holiday is having a career year, all-star season. And Giannis has just been dominant as always. And I'm excited to see who he drafts in the all-star draft. So I guess that's a great thing to take us into our next segment. Let's do our trivia. I have actually 2 things of trivia for you, so I'll go first.
I need your phone super fast.
Okay, that's fine.
I just need to look up a player because I don't know what team he plays for now that I think about it.
What, for the trivia or?
Yeah, and it's not that you need to know his team. It's like if you need a hint because you're probably gonna need it for this player.
Okay.
I'll probably need to know what team he's on.
Gotcha. By the way, for the rest of this episode, just so you know what we're gonna be talking about, we're gonna be doing our trivia games we have for each other, and then we're basically just gonna predict the All-Star weekend, like the winners for everything, and then we'll talk about Michigan versus Michigan State as well.
I did know what team he played for. I had a hunch. I was right. I just had to double check.
All right, my first trivia for you. I have one All-Star related one and one random one. So let's do the All-Star one first. This one is relatively easy, so I want you to try and do this without getting a single one wrong. I want you to name me the top 5 point scorers in All-Star game history out of current players. So
all their career
career
numbers.
Points in the All-Star game out of current players, the top 5. Name them.
LeBron James.
LeBron James is number 1 with 413 All-Star game points.
Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant is number 2 with 250. Quite the drop-off from number 1.
Oh, are these players current All-Stars?
No, currently in the NBA.
Okay. Oh, man.
And when I say currently in the NBA, not to confuse you, like they are on a team this season.
Yep. So I got to think some older. There's a lot of old guys running through my head that are in the end. Is Kyrie Irving?
Kyrie Irving is not on the All-Star.
I probably jumped the
leaderboard.
gun with that one. Multiple time All-Star, and so a name that's going through my head: Giannis Antetokounmpo. These aren't guesses. Dwight Howard, Chris Paul. I don't see Chris Paul being like an all-time leading scorer. I could doubt. Curry. Curry.
Steph Curry is number 4 with 180 points. Need number 3 and number 5.
Okay, so Dame could be up there. Dame could definitely be up there. I'm going to go with Dame.
Dame is not in the top 5.
Okay, some other. So
I'll give you a slight hint. One of these guys is not an All-Star this year. One of these guys is an All-Star this year.
Giannis.
Giannis is number 5 at 174, strictly because he's the biggest All-Star Game tryhard of all time. I love it, though.
Respect.
I think it's awesome.
Got no problem
And
with
he's
it.
doing the skills challenge again.
Yeah,
which is
with
just
the
awesome.
brothers. That's so hype. Okay, so last player, currently not in the All-Star game. So the guys that are floating in my head. Is Chris Paul in the All-Star game?
Chris Paul is not in the All-Star Game, but it's not him.
So now I'm thinking Dwight and Kevin Love are the two
I
guys.
will say
I'm stuck
neither
with.
of them is. I'll just tell you that. I'll give you one more hint because I don't know if this is going to help or not. This guy for sure was a All-Star Game MVP one year. I just remember. I don't know how much you remember your All-Star. I mainly remember because of 2K. They dropped remember they'd always drop the cards for the MVP and dunk contest winner and stuff. He had a nuts All-Star Game MVP card.
So this is recent. This is kind of recent.
Somewhat.
Yeah, I mean 2K
Probably
16
it was probably 4 or 5 years ago. Maybe
Okay.
longer than that.
So
honestly.
did Blake Griffin ever win an All-Star Game MVP?
I don't think so. You're going a little lower tier than this guy was the All-Star Game MVP. They don't just be given that.
yeah, you're right.
Probably a starter.
Yeah, and he's older, and he's not currently Jimmy Butler.
No, not Jimmy Butler. That's a pretty good guess though. Even though he hates the All-Star Game.
I need to get this as a thing.
I don't want to just give it to you.
Enough. All-Star Game MVP. Trying to think of just Paul George.
Not Paul
Kawhi
George.
Leonard?
Not Kawhi Leonard.
Jeez
Kawhi definitely
Louise.
was an All-Star Game MVP. I don't.
These
think
are good
he
guesses.
was.
Those were both.
Kawhi's
good
a good
guesses.
guy. Paul George is an All-Star this year, so.
Oh,
that's
okay.
fine.
That's not a bad. That's not a good. Guess.
I'm trying to think about it. I'm pretty sure this guy also the year he won it broke the record for most points in an All-Star game, and then it got broken the following year.
Is this dude? Oh, you said this guy is on a team, so it's not Isaiah Thomas.
No, Isaiah Thomas actually though would have been in this top 5 if he was on a team.
Damn,
So that's a good.
That's
guess.
actually pretty wild.
Oh, wait, no, never mind. I'm
shit.
dumb. I'm thinking of the other Isaiah Thomas. It just clicked in my head right now.
It was other Isaiah.
Other
Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas. Yeah, there's no way. He made the All-Star game 2 times.
Yeah. I don't want to give up. This guy's not an All-Star this year, but was 4 years ago. He's still it's not like Clay.
Not Clay. I mean, this guy's probably
Is this guy younger or older?
older.
I mean, yeah, that was a dumb question. You're right.
I can give you a major hint if you want.
Just give me it.
This guy also is a MVP of the league, not just an All-Star game MVP.
This guy won the MVP
Yes.
same year.
I don't know, but he's won an MVP.
Now I'm thinking D Rose. That's the only guy I can think of, and I know it's not D Rose. Okay, got to go through my MVPs. Curry, LeBron, Durant, Harden.
Guys, he said.
It's Harden.
It is not James
Oh my
Harden.
God,
Not
dude.
James Harden.
Not Harden? Well, now I feel like an idiot.
Harden, it fit all the criteria, though.
He did. I
Yeah.
mean, he was right there. This guy won.
I don't think he's won an All-Star game MVP.
Oh, my bad. I can't see it. Don't worry. Guy won the MVP. Bron, KD, Curry, Harden, Giannis, Jokic. Who won it before those guys? D Rose won one before those guys. It's going to be after D Rose. After
It is.
D Rose's
He
MVP.
won it in 2017.
This guy won the MVP in 2017? Who won the MVP?
He might have won the All-Star game MVP the same year. It was either 17 or 18. Definitely one of those 2 years.
Who am I missing? I don't know.
Want me to give it to you?
Yeah.
Russell Westbrook is the number 3 player in all-time points from current players.
I'm not too upset about actually missing that one,
Yeah.
low key. I definitely should have gotten it, and I can't believe I forget that he won an MVP.
Right.
I can't believe that. He's just not to me that caliber, but he is. I mean, he
He
was
for sure
too,
is,
and
yeah.
he was
Yeah.
he absolutely is. But I just didn't think about it.
Yeah.
Okay, my trivia is
All right.
kind of all-star related, kind of not. Little bit of everything. These guys, there are 8 players currently in the NBA shooting over 42.5% from 3. Can you name the 8 players? I will give you some stuff. these guys all shoot enough threes. Like these guys are
Yeah,
these
they
guys haven't
qualify.
shot 20 threes
Yeah.
this year. They've all shot 130 plus.
Right.
A couple of them have shot like 500.
Gotcha. All right. So is Isaiah Joe on here?
He's number 2 at 45.2%.
See, I only say that because Thunder Twitter was pissed about him not making the 3-point contest.
Was he the one? Oh no, he went nuts against the Lakers on LeBron's when he broke the record.
Did he?
Isaiah Joe was just going stupid.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Just going dumb.
I assume Buddy Hield is here.
Buddy Hield is number 8, 42.6, barely
This
made
is
the cut.
number 8. There's 8 guys.
8 guys.
Is Anthony Simons here?
Anthony Simons is not on the list. I wish I should have wrote down like the next 10. I really should have.
See, like I the 3-point percentage is tough because I don't want to guess the stars because it just doesn't ever seem like the stars are the ones. But there's a good chance that
There's
it
a
is.
couple.
Dame.
Dame is number 6 at 42.7.
Okay. Gotta go through my shooters here.
One guy,
Shooters.
the number 1, I think actually shot the second least amount of threes on the list, like of the top 8.
Oh, okay.
So like
the number 1 guy is. you
yeah,
said?
he's not like a prolific 3-point
Is
shooter.
Malik Beasley on here?
He is not.
Okay.
We have mentioned a couple of these guys this podcast.
So a couple of these guys are like all stars.
Maybe that was a bad hint. we mentioned them at some
Okay.
point in the podcast. We talked about them.
Can you give me that hint though? Are any of these guys all stars
Yeah. Yep.
that I haven't said?
Yep. One
Okay.
is
Is Lowry Markkinen the one?
no.
Okay. I will guess. Kevin Herter.
Not on the list.
See, I don't just want to guess all the 3-point contest guys because it's just like a basic guess. But
Was he-
there's
is he in
also
the
a
3-point
reason-
contest?
Yeah. There's also like a reason why
Yeah,
they're
they're
in the
in it.
3-point contest.
Gonna be honest. I don't think number 1 is in the 3-point contest. I don't think number 3 is, but he could be. Can I look? Can you give me your
Yeah.
phone and I'll look up 3-point contest?
I got it right here. Just don't look at the right side of my, because it's the trivia. It's
Don't
on the
look
left.
at the right side left. Okay, got it. Okay, awesome. You're actually none of these guys are in the
In the 3-point contest?
None of them.
Okay. Is Bojan Bogdanovic on here?
no.
I didn't think so, but I wanted to guess it.
I'm trying to give you a light hint, but like there's so many guys remaining, I can't say
Yeah.
Eastern Conference.
Steph Curry.
Yeah, he's number 7.
Okay, I didn't want to guess
42.7,
that, but it's
yeah.
like I assume.
So you're missing 1, 3, 4, and 5.
Interesting.
Number 1 was traded this offseason, this last offseason, to a really good team.
I'm just gonna keep thinking of guys. I'm not gonna focus on that. I feel like I should know these. Are these like? Have I gotten all the all-stars or no?
Oh yeah, yep. None of these
So
other guys,
none
have,
of these other guys are all-stars.
and they've never even been all-stars in their entire career.
Are they primarily all wing players?
Yeah, except for one. Number 1 is not a wing. He's a guard.
Is Yuta Watanabe on here?
No. No.
Pretty wild guess. Number 1's a guard, you said?
Yeah.
One guy was traded this offseason to a really good team.
Some people said that like it put him over the top. Like it was like, whoa.
Malcolm Brogdon?
Malcolm Brogdon is number 1.
Really?
At 45.5%.
Damn,
from
Malcolm
deep.
Brogdon.
Like that, but he's only shot like 220. That's how
Still a
many
good
he's
amount
shot.
of threes put up. Shoot that percentage, yeah. All right, so what am I missing?
3, 4, and 5, all wings. All on good teams. That's what I'll give you the hint.
Okay.
All on good teams. None of these guys are on shitters.
Desmond Bane. Did I guess Desmond Bane?
He's not on the list.
Okay.
Good guess, though, I imagine.
All on good teams. So I'm gonna look at these teams actually just to give me a better perspective.
Every one of these teams was in our power rankings.
Okay.
In both of
Okay,
ours.
Gotcha. Oh, oh my God, I just had him in my head. Is Reggie Bullock on here?
No.
Is there a Dallas Maverick
No.
on here? Okay, because I thought there
they're
was someone on the
terrible.
Mavericks that I was thinking of.
I've watched enough Mavericks games to know. I mean, they just don't make threes.
What about Tyrese Maxey?
No, not on the list. All Western Conference players.
Oh, they're all in the West?
All in the
Oh,
West
okay.
now. All remaining in the West.
There's got to be a dude. Like, there's no way Harrison Barnes is on here.
No. No.
Do you know all these guys are starters?
I think one of them is a starter.
Okay.
I think only one. I know the two aren't, but I'm not sure this guy's a starter. One of them plays for the worst 3-point shooting team in basketball and was recently traded.
So he's a good shooter and got traded off the worst 3-point shooting team.
No, got traded to the worst 3-point
Oh,
shooting
okay.
team.
I was gonna say, like, that was what a crazy move out of them. Got traded to the worst 3-point shooting team. Who's the worst 3-point shooting team?
Definitely the worst in the top 10.
Like, not worse in the whole league, just worse in this top
No, I
10.
think they are like the worst
Really?
in the whole league. If they're not the worst, they're near the bottom.
So that, like, Luke Kennard?
Luke Kennard.
Okay.
Luke
I didn't know
Kennard
if it was the Grizzlies or not.
is number 4 at 44.9.
So I have two guys left.
Yeah, I think one of them's a starter. Also on, I mean, they're all in the top.
Yeah.
One of the guys doesn't really play a whole lot. Like,
So I will guess, my guess is going to be either Malik Monk or Terrence Davis from the Kings.
both wrong.
Okay.
There's not a Kings player.
And then my final guess is going to be Kentavious Caldwell-Pope.
KCP is number 3 at 45%.
Okay, then I guess I'll guess the last one.
The last guy plays in the West.
Yeah, I think I might know who it is.
Really?
Is it? And this guy for sure is not a starter. You say?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Okay, then actually, that never mind. Maybe I don't know who it is because this guy like kind of is a starter. I was gonna guess Torrey Craig.
No, this guy's like totally a backup role player. Like, you don't really think much about
Tell me
him.
what team he's on.
The Suns.
Like, is it Dwayne Washington?
He plays a little more than Dwayne Washington.
Like, there's no shot it's like Josh Okogie. Like,
No,
that's
no,
a terrible
no.
guess. Plays on the Suns, backup.
He did play for the Warriors for a time.
Oh, it's Damian Lee.
Damian Lee.
Yeah, yep.
I mean, he's just like, it's pretty weird.
Pretty
to see him on
hard to
this
guess
list.
Damian Lee,
He's
yeah.
just he's like every other NBA player you've ever watched.
That's very true.
yeah,
But
that's
he's
all
also
eight.
like related to Steph Curry though. So
He is. So I want to go back through that. Number 1, Malcolm Brogdon. 2, Isaiah Joe. 3, KCP. 4, Luke Kennard. 5, Damian Lee. 6, Dame Dalla. 7, Stephen Curry. Number 8, Buddy Hield. You got all of them.
I
I'm
did.
counting
It took a lot of hints. But
Yeah, that's all right. I mean, that's a big list. That's a wide range.
It is a wide
Every
range
single
list.
player in the league can qualify for that.
That is very true. All right, my last quiz for you is a classic trivia, high tempo quiz that we do, and that is I give you a player and you give me every team that he has played for. I wanted
hate
to
this
do
game.
one because I obviously do think that these are much harder for you than they are for I. So I wanted to get one that I think you could do. I was really trying to get one that I didn't want to make you look like a fool. I was like,
Yep.
I think he can get this one. So that's what we're gonna do.
Didn't want to make you look like a
Playoff
fool.
legend. Tell me all the teams that Danny Green has played for in his NBA career.
Okay. So, like, prior to the Spurs, I'm not really sure. So I'm going to start at the Spurs. From the Spurs, where did he go after the Spurs? Did he go right? I mean, I know he went to LA. I know he played for the Sixers.
Got 3 down.
Where's Danny Green? How many teams are there?
There are 6 teams, but one of the teams he's played for twice.
Raptors.
The Raptors is in there.
There's 4. Where else did Danny Green play?
So the only 2 teams you have left are his most recent teams.
Huh? Like and where does he play right now? Where does Danny Green currently play?
Danny Green was bought out at the trade deadline and signed with a team that he played his first game with last night, actually.
Did he? Is it the Lakers?
It's
Did he
not
go
the
back to the Lakers?
The team, you have not said the team that, because the team that he is currently on was his first team he was ever on.
Oh, gotcha. So I'm missing 2 teams,
Yes.
but like he's been 3.
You're missing 3 spots, 2 teams.
2 teams. Did he play for the Grizzlies to start?
Yes, the Grizzlies he played for this year. Well, he didn't play for the Grizzlies to start. He played for the Grizzlies this season for 3 games because he was out with that injury like the whole season. Played 3 games and then got cut, which is just tough.
That is tough. So where did he start his career?
I think it's probably going to be easier for you to think of what team he signed with.
I don't know what team he signed with. I didn't see that.
I will say you know what team he signed with because you were the one that told me that he signed with this team.
Okay. Danny Green signed at the Clippers.
Not with the Clippers.
The Hornets?
Nope. Why would the Hornets pick
Clippers,
up Danny Green?
Grizzlies. Who's the other team that got a shooter? Is it part of that whole thing?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, this is a good team, a playoff team that was in our list.
It's not like, is it the Suns?
Not the Suns. They got T. Ross.
Can you only buy out so many players?
I mean, you just need roster spots to sign guys.
What team does Danny Green just get signed to? I told you.
Yeah, I remember you told me, like, we were here and you were like, oh, Danny Green to the... And I was like, oh, really?
That pisses me off. That makes me dislike it so much more. I don't know. I don't know.
The Cleveland Cavaliers, Danny Green signed with them.
That. I was thinking all West.
Started his first year of his career as a rookie was on the Cleveland Cavs, and then played in San Antonio for 8 years. Then to Toronto for a year, Lakers for a year, Philly for 2 years, Memphis for barely part of this year, and now he's on the Cavs again.
I'm glad I got Memphis. I wouldn't have gotten Cleveland. I really wouldn't have.
Yeah.
But like it is now that you say it, should have gotten.
All right, let's get into All-Star talk. We're just going to make our predictions right now for the All-Star game and for all the competitions. Right now, currently, this is on FanDuel, by the way. Team LeBron is favored to beat Team Giannis, and the teams have not even been drafted yet because that is how bad Giannis's drafting history has been as a all-star captain.
That is disrespectful. Like, that is the
2
fact
point
that
favorites,
teams haven't
so,
been
like,
drafted, though. And
know.
they're like, LeBron's team still probably is better. Like, with
Because remember
ghosts.
just a couple years ago when it was, I think it was 2 years ago because last year was KD and LeBron, but 2 years ago, LeBron versus Giannis. LeBron's team was stacked against Giannis's team. Like, it was an absolute, like, just terrible outing for Giannis. But Giannis has a chance to redeem himself this year.
I hope he does. He's got to actually try to win. Like, the drafted winning team,
Yeah.
basically. Put himself at the 5, eh? Put yourself at the 5, Giannis. You don't need Jokic or Embiid. But you can't let LeBron have both of them. That'd be OP.
That's true.
You take
Actually,
Jokic.
I don't think Embiid's not a starter.
Oh, yeah,
So,
yeah. You just take Jokic.
Yeah.
Give yourself Jokic, and then
he was
win.
on his team last year, or last time, I'm pretty sure.
Does he,
Maybe
like-
it was last year.
Does he
yeah.
draft foreigners? No, I think it was Katie last year. So wasn't that the Harden shit?
Yeah, yeah.
He wouldn't draft Harden?
Yeah. Which
That
was hilarious.
that was so
Shout out to
funny.
Rudy Gobert. So yeah, Team LeBron is currently favored by 2 points to beat Team Giannis. Let's talk about the 3-point contest. We've been talking a lot about 3-point shooting in this episode. Right now, the favorite to win the 3-point contest is Buddy Hield at plus 420. I'm just going to go through every guy and name their odds. Dame Lillard at plus 470, Jason Tatum at plus 550, Kevin Huerter at plus 550, Lauri Markkanen at plus 650, Tyrese Halliburton at plus 650, Tyler Hero at plus 800, and Julius Randle at plus 950. Julius Randle replacing Anthony Simons, who is injured. Who's your pick? What's your value pick or your favorite? What do you like here?
I would love to see Lauri Markkanen win it just because I love when bigs can shoot. Like, it's one of my favorite attributes a big can have, just to be able to shoot the ball. But I think I'm going to go with Kayvon Huerter. I think when you start Kevin Huerter, I call him Kayvon every time as if it's his name, and it's not. His name's Kevin. Just because to me, a dribble handoff is the closest simulation you can get to grabbing the ball off the rack and shooting it. Give me Kevin Huerter.
We were actually talking about that today, though, because like the 3-point contest, you cannot predict that because it is the most un-game like
It's so not
ever.
game-like.
You don't take a dribble. It's not catch and shoot. It is grab it to your side and then quickly shoot it. It's a pretty awkward motion. I like the Kevin Huerter pick. I definitely do like that. I think a lot of people are going to take Lowry, see the plus 650 value, but I did my homework today. The home team dude has not won the 3-point contest in. I looked back for a while and
couldn't find one.
I just quit looking at some point. Like I got to like 2000 something, like past 2010, and I was like, yeah, this ain't like.
It's only like 12 winners.
That's a long time though without somebody doing it.
And you definitely like check in the location versus where the player.
Like I didn't feel like looking at it.
Bet you Jeff Hornacek did it in Utah.
He might have. You never know. But that's a long time ago.
That's a long time.
So I'm not taking Lauri Markkanen.
A lot of pressure.
Yeah, I know it's
lots
tough.
of.
Elliot today predict that Tyrese Halliburton would win, so I don't want to pick that. I want to pick something different. I think Buddy Hield is a good pick, but he is the favorite, so it's like you can't pick the favorite.
I don't feel like Tatum's gonna win it.
I don't think so either. I also don't think he will. I think he's there for the All-Star game. He's not there for the 3-point contest. I think that it's going to be either Tyler Hero. Has Dame won the 3-point contest?
I don't think so. I can't
feel
remember.
Like he's got it. Like to go down as like the greatest shooter. Like you got to win one or two. So actually, scratch Tyler Hero. Give me Dame. I'm gonna take Dame to win it. But if you're looking for some true value, Julius Randle got some to prove.
He's got a lot to prove, actually.
Getting clowned for being added to it. Should have been Isaiah Joe. It's not. However, Randle, he's got something to prove. He got to tell people that he is a good 3-point shooter. So give me Dame.
I would have rather they pulled Andre Roberson from wherever he's playing to go shoot these threes over Julius Randle. I don't even know where Andre Roberson is right now.
Oh, plus, actually, another reason why Elliot said Tyrese is going to win is because he's got to, like, prove Wally Szczerbiak wrong, like, as much as he can this All-Star weekend, which is kind of facts. So, like, maybe he actually might win it, but I'm going to go with Dame.
He might have the most unorthodox jumper to ever win the 3-point contest.
And that's another reason why he's got to win it. He's got to prove to the people, my jumper is funky, but it goes in.
It goes in.
More than anybody else's.
He's an unorthodox basketball player. He's weird.
He is. All right, let's go over to the dunk contest. I don't have odds on here. They didn't have them on FanDuel. They have them on Barstool, but I didn't look. I do know the order of the favorites, at least. I don't know what the actual lines are. But the 4 contestants, the favorite is Jericho Sims of the New York Knicks, followed by KJ Martin of the Houston Rockets. Mac McClung, now of the Philadelphia 76ers, got signed to a 2-way contract a couple days ago. And then Trey Murphy III of the New Orleans Pelicans. You think Mac McClung got that 2-way strictly so he can rock the Philly jersey in like the All-Star contest?
That's what I would do,
right?
Because then he can win it wearing the jersey.
Because he would have had to wear the Delaware coats.
They would have made him wear that.
I mean, he's not on the Sixers, right?
You're right.
I mean, maybe he would. I don't really know, but
it would just feel disrespectful to have the G Leaguer wearing the G League,
you're right?
Like in the NBA dunk contest.
But like, I just wonder if is he about to get sent back down to the? I mean, it's a 2-way, so like he could still never play a game for the Philly, but. I just think it'd be funny if, like, as soon as All-Star break is over, they, like, cut him or something. It was just for ratings and stuff. Who do you got winning, though?
I got Mac McClung, but I did mention to you the Trey Murphy dunk that we saw in this training session the other day where he shot it, made it, pulled it out the net, and did a windmill. That was crazy. But, like, Mac McClung, just some of the dunks we've already seen from when he was in high school, I can only imagine the shit he can do now. Yeah. But he could be an in-game dunker. Who knows? But give me Mac McClung.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Mac McClung. He said today that he has at least 2 dunks that he knows has never been done before in the dunk contest that he's trying, which that could mean it could be bad or good. You don't really know because there isn't that much crazy, awesome things that are possible that haven't been done.
Like I'm thinking of the one where the guy put the birthday cupcake up on the rim and blew it out.
Oh, who did that?
I don't know. But that's what I'm thinking.
That was awesome.
When I think Mac McClung is going to do something we've never seen, it's going to be something
exactly. It's something with a prop.
It's something weird.
It's not like it's a dunk that is just like,
out of this world
3-point line dunk or something. Like it's going to be something like, oh, I jumped over a grocery cart. No one's ever done that. Like something like that. Trey Murphy, I think, does have some to prove as well because, like, he easily should be in the 3-point contest and not in the dunk contest. Plus, like, he was Shaden Sharp's replacement, and I was actually hype as hell to watch Shaden Sharp, and he backed out. I think I'm going to go with KJ Martin, just kind of a sleeper pick here. He's having a good year with Houston. Jericho Sims definitely has, like, the most, like, bounciest, craziest, freaky athletic hops here, but he is a big man. And big men don't tend to do good in the dunk contest. So I'm going to go with KJ Martin for the winner.
Did his dad ever win it? Did Kenyon ever win the dunk contest? I wonder.
That's a good question. I don't really know.
He probably was in it.
He had to have been in it once. Like he was really athletic in his young days. Yeah. All right. And then lastly, the skills competition. Like we said, the Antetokounmpos are back.
Did they win it last year?
No, the Cavs won it last year.
Yeah.
I do like this format that they're doing where it's literally just the Antetokounmpo's rookie team and then 3 guys from the home team. I think that's cool.
I think it's fun.
A cool format. So the Antetokounmpos, Giannis Thanasis, and Alex Antetokounmpo will be taking on the Utah Jazz team of Colin Sexton, Jordan Clarkson, and Walker Kessler. And then the rookie squad with Paolo Banchero, Jabari Smith, and Jaden Ivey. Pistons have back-to-back years with a dude on the rookie squad for the skills game.
Give me the Pistons. Give me the rookie squad
for sure,
too.
right?
Like easily. I mean, they've got the best player by far, and Jaden Ivey. There's I don't know anybody else who's even worth mentioning that's on any other teams.
Me either.
And do you think the Antetokounmpo mother and father got bored? And they were like, we're just going to name this one Alex. Like, we can't be that creative.
It is pretty, because I think Kostas was in it over Alex. Like, this is their 3rd time, I'm pretty sure, doing the skills challenge. I think Kostas was in it 2 years ago. Now he's not. They put Alex in it, which is weird because Alex is a G Leaguer as well. But Kostas could also just be not on a team too, so that maybe that could be why.
Yeah, was he last on the Lakers?
I'm pretty. Actually, I think he was on the Mavs. For a slight stint after the Lakers. I don't think he ever played though. Yeah. I'm taking the rookie squad as well. Last year, Scotty Barnes sold it for the rookie squad. Dude. I remember because they do you gotta make the close shot, free throw, corner 3 or whatever. And Scotty Barnes took 3 shots at the little gimme floater.
Was it him and Darius Garland?
Garland was on the Cavs team. Yeah. Because it was Scotty, it was Scotty, Cade, and
who was the other one?
It had to have been, it was Franz, I think. I'm pretty sure it was Franz.
I do remember the Scotty Barnes missing thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody was just memeing him. He couldn't quit laughing.
And I'm also excited to watch the Rising Stars games. We have Duren and Ivy in there as well. And they're doing it a little different this year because they have a team of just the G Leaguers. They didn't put them in a draft with everybody. Their team is straight only G Leaguers, so that'll be cool to see them play.
So is it still like the 4-team setup where it's like tournament
4
style?
4 teams
basically?
of like 8 guys, I'm pretty sure, 7 or 8 guys. Yeah, tournament style. Cade Cunningham was the MVP last year, so hopefully Ivy wins it this year, man.
Yeah, so let's think about this. Last year, Scotty Barnes, A, sold the skills challenge, B, got beat out by Cade for MVP of the Rising Stars game, and somehow we still think Scotty Barnes deserved Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, I mean, like,
it's horseshit.
He's literally the Rising Stars MVP. That means he's the best Rising Star, but not the Rookie of the Year. I'm so excited to watch Cade. I saw a lot of Pistons fans I follow on Twitter. They'll just randomly post Cade highlight clips here and there, and it just like, oh my god, this makes me want to cry, dude. Plus, dude, you know what I really miss? I miss the red jerseys like bad.
Oh, dude, them were flames.
Dude, I've been seeing a lot of clips from them jerseys, and it's just like, dude, we need to get them back. Like,
I love the lightning bolts.
Oh, they're the cleanest jerseys ever, especially at home too. Quickly, I guess we can talk. Something we forgot to talk about was James Wiseman making his debut last night for the Pistons at 11-5. Tough game to make a debut because you're playing against the Boston Celtics, but he did fine. He was definitely looking for his shot, that's for sure. Every time he touched the ball, it was face at the hoop, and he's going to shoot it. So,
shout out James Wiseman. I'm your biggest fan now.
Excited to see.
I DM'd him on Instagram.
Actually?
Yep. I said, hey, just want to let you know, as a Pistons or as a fan of the organization, I'm rooting for you. Really excited.
Maybe come on the podcast.
That would be hype. Let's get James
Also,
Wiseman
I do want to give a quick Pistons take here. I think that Jaden Ivey is going to have a substantial year 2 leap. I'm just already envisioning it because I do think for the rest of this year, like he really has been taking on the point guard responsibilities a lot more. I think you put him back with Cade next year to get even more comfortable, give him an off season. We go get the pieces we're going to get. I think Ivy really takes like a nice year 2 leap. Like, I'm excited.
Yeah, he's going to have a lot less pressure next year after we bring in Miles Bridges, Mikal Bridges, and Kevin Durant in the offseason.
Right.
So his role is going to be diminished, but it's going to allow him to really flourish in it.
Yeah, I think so too. So, last thing quickly before we end, let's talk about Michigan versus Michigan State. The Michigan State game versus Minnesota the other night obviously did not get played, so this will be Michigan State's first game after the tragic events that happened. I assume that something is going to happen before the game, as far as like a video of some sort, or just a remembrance of the people. This game's gonna be a very emotional game.
Oh yeah, I'm really excited for this game in Michigan. in Michigan. No shit, buddy.
At Michigan.
Yeah, in Ann Arbor.
Yep.
I'm so excited for this game. And like you said, there's going to be a ton of emotion behind this game. It's going to be very intense. And Michigan needs to win.
This might be a win, or you miss the tourney game for Michigan. Obviously, they still always have a chance with the Big Ten tournament, but this might be a win or you're done game for Michigan. That game loss against Wisconsin the other night was a tough one. Needed to win that game, especially because Wisconsin sold that game the other night. I mean, they literally didn't have a field goal made for the last 8 minutes of the game, I think. And Michigan still couldn't find a way to win.
Feels like we talk about that a lot this year, about how Michigan just can't really win. I mean, even against Indiana,
yeah,
they were in position.
They played good, though. That's the weird part about that one. They actually played a good game.
They were in position.
They can't close out games, and I think it's strictly because it gets down to like 5 minutes left in the game, and they kind of just forget that Hunter Dickinson's on their team. You know, that's something I've really noticed about the Wolverines, is they have a top player in the country, and they don't get him the ball in the end of the games. It's just like I don't get it.
Juwan's end of games decision making is so poor. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say.
And the Michigan, they're Hunter Dickinson rocking the ski mask for the game. Jet Howard rocking the free Juwan shirt in the pregame warm-ups first game against Greg Gard after the incidents last year.
They're totally just...
And to lose that game after that, because you see why Dickinson wore the mask?
Yeah, coming in there to steal a win.
Yeah, I mean, that was... They tried to hand you the win, actually, and couldn't even take it. So
yeah,
big game. I don't want to talk too much because we could easily just lose to Michigan on Saturday.
Sure.
So it's a big game. So excited to watch how that goes. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Enjoy the All-Star weekend, everybody, and bye.
Peace.